welcome to another episode of Keeping Tabs. This topic is important. You see the shirt. Life is tough, but so are you. This is a message for you, and it's a message for me. Today's conversation is about mental health awareness. I think a lot of you know, but many of you are new to us, new to me, and my former life as a TV reporter and anchor, and now I'm a full-time entrepreneur owning Tabby Dozier Enterprises. But mental health and really the lack of support in that realm was a deciding factor in me hanging up my studio mic for good and leaving local news as a TV reporter and anchor. So if you aren't familiar, you're seeing a very special person on your screen right now. Many of you know, but if you're not, if you're one of our new passengers, as we say, this is Stevan Williams. He was my brother from another mother. A true light. We met at Western Kentucky University back in 2011, and he is now my angel. Stevan passed away in a car wreck in Raleigh, North Carolina in August 2021. The news agency I worked for at the time did not support my mental health or offer any bereavement for his funeral services. Services his mother asked me to be a part of in Nashville, Tennessee, where Stevan grew up. Car accidents are covered almost hourly in local news since they can impact traffic and claim lives. The debilitating trauma that I went through reporting on wrecks with no days off leading up to Stevan's services, the only word that comes to my mind is horrendous. Grieving as a public figure was the hardest thing that I have ever been through to date. Stevan's death came months after a despicable insurrection in our nation's capital and a year after horrendous murders of unarmed black people by police and citizens, such as Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and Rayshard Brooks, to name a few. Then pile on the effects of the height of wildfire seasons and a global public health crisis and multiple mass murders in schools and grocery stores. I could no longer stomach delivering headlines that were full of murdered children, grieving families, and death and destruction that impacted my well-being. After 11 years, I hung up my studio mic for good. And that's my testimony. You know, during the pandemic, travel was restricted or limited. It was advised that you not travel. And I was receiving deaths related to COVID-19 daily. And it was just too difficult for me. I escaped with my life because I chose my mental health over the comfort of a consistent paycheck and day-to-day devastation. It is a heavy but a very necessary conversation, especially amongst minorities. I recognize that God allows me to use my platform to be an advocate, to let people know it is okay if you are not okay. And many, specifically in the Black community, don't often talk about their well-being and their stability, and it hurts everybody around them, and it really does hurt themselves. So you will hear from some very familiar faces in the realms of athletics and television and music. That's right after this quick break. TDE is everywhere you want to be, surrounded by elite names in sports and media. Does your brand desire an elevated presence? Imagine your company at exclusive red carpet events. Let's start the conversation now and grow your brand together. And we are back. Well, Q1 of 2024 was absolutely spectacular. TDE was in Las Vegas as an ambassador for Super Bowl 58. We were tapped to host galas, facilitate and coordinate news conferences, and produce dynamic storytelling features for corporations. Please take a listen, though, to the topic at hand from some well-known faces about how they make sure that their mental health is of top concern.
Plugging into my family and my faith, and understanding that as soon as I feel depleted, that's the one thing that can build me back up. And also talking about it. You know, in the black community, it was taboo for a long time. And then with men, it was even more taboo. And then with athletes, even more taboo. So as a black male who played ball, you know, I went almost 20 plus years without talking about how I felt or my feelings or my emotions or my mind state. So now at 42, I'm okay talking about those things, because if you don't, it can come out in the wrong ways.
It is. I think for me, I understand when I'm starting to like feel differently, and sometimes I'll just like disconnect from maybe social media, or I'll just be by myself, like be alone, or I'm very big on my faith, and so I make sure I'm like reading a devotional or doing something like listening to a sermon, doing something to get myself back in a place of feeling peaceful. And so I think that even is able to happen because I'm like self-aware and in touch with my mind and my body. And so I think when people understand themselves and learn themselves, which requires being alone with ourselves, I think when you're able to do that, then you can figure out what it is that can help me not feel as anxious, or help me not feel like unwell or off balance. Yeah.
Really get my spiritual together. I had to allow God to use me and to sit still so that He could speak to me. And also I had to remember to take my vitamins. You know, taking my vitamins helped my energy, it helped my sleeping, you know, and it gave me motivation and energy. So yeah, getting my health in check and all of that.
Well, you just heard from those humans. They are celebrities, but they are human first. My question to you as we wrap up this episode, what are you doing to prioritize your mental well-being? Did anything stand out in this episode? Please share your tips and encouragement in the comments. It is okay to not be okay. A lot of times you feel alone or isolated when in fact, if you're brave enough to share, there's a helping hand that is ready to reach you, grab you, support you, hug you, love you, and protect you. I will continue to advocate for journalists, being that that is still my realm. We are first responders, and I will never take anything else other than that. We are first responders. We put our lives on the line in the name of public safety and information. But also as a Black woman, as I remove my journalist hat, we deserve love and we deserve protection, and so do you. Thank you for being with me on this incredibly important episode. I'll see you on my next adventure.